If I could meet my younger self before going full-time as a freelance filmmaker, what would I tell him? Stop obsessing over camera gear and work on your lighting skills. It is the #1 way to make any shot look like $1,000,000. Today I'll show you how. Back in late 2023, when I started to take YouTube more seriously, I did so for one reason. Not because I wanted to become internet famous or to get quote-unquote free gear. So much of the YouTube filmmaking space has become complacent. People sitting in front of a camera reading specs of a checklist for 10 minutes straight. This isn't inspiring, it's content for content's sake. We're creatives without the creativity, and sometimes it feels like people aren't doing this for fun anymore. So I swore to myself that you'll never see me sitting in front of a camera wasting your time with unnecessary BS. Instead, I hope to inspire you with the crazy stuff I managed to pull off by using these new toys. SmallRig kindly provided these products for me to test. This video isn't sponsored, but it is supported by all of you guys who decided to pick up my brand new Chroma LUT collections. Want to make your videos look like this? Check out the link in the description box below. SmallRig's RC220B remains my most used video light ever. I've used it on more jobs than I can count, like your typical business interview, product shoot, even a dance performance. Understandably, I was stoked to see them announce a successor with a completely overhauled design and a feature I've never seen on any other video light. And yet, nobody's talking about it. This is the RC220B Pro, a compact bicolor video light with an output of 200 watts and a temperature range from 2700 to 6500 Kelvin. Hard plastic chassis, fully metal yoke, industry standard Bowens mount, 2 knobs for dialing in output and color temperature, a mode switch to control lighting effects, and yes, Bluetooth control via app. Compared to its predecessor, it's lighter by more than a kilogram and about 24% smaller, thanks to a brilliant design feature I've never seen before. The power adapter is a single unit similar to a V-mount battery, which is hooked up directly to the back of the light. This means there's no power brick dangling off your light stand, unlike virtually any other competing product. The power cable is a whopping 6 meters or 19.7 feet long. Bye-bye extension cords. And best of all, you can actually detach the entire power adapter if you want to power the light wirelessly, which saves weight and size. Like the smaller RC100B, the 220B Pro can also be powered directly via V-mount battery without any additional parts or cables. Do note that V-mount batteries with a voltage below 20 volts and rated at 150 watts or lower will limit the light's output to 68%. Still plenty for the majority of my work, and a feature that can potentially completely change the way you light your scenes. Let me repeat this once more. Nobody is talking about this. And I haven't been this excited for a product since the release of the Sony FX3 in early 2021. But there's even more quality of life features like internal damping on the tilt mechanism. This means you can loosen the mechanism and the light won't come crashing down when loaded with a large softbox or modifier. The COB element is protected at all times by a lens, preventing accidental damage to the chip. The power switch and the grip are placed at the bottom of the unit, which makes it easier to be reached when up high on a light stand. Color rendering is also excellent and virtually identical to the original RC220B, with a CRI of 95+ and a TLCI of 96+. This means you'll get very accurate and natural colors, which is an important factor since there's no green magenta tint adjustment. The cooling fan runs at 28 decibels during full power output, which is audible at close ranges, but not a problem during real-world shoots. You can also enter a silent mode by pressing the reset button 3 times, where output power will be limited to 20% and the fan stops completely. Lastly, you'll get the sleek carrying bag, which fits the light, power cable, and the included hyperreflector nice and snug. The SP Mini Spotlight is specifically designed for SmallRig's proprietary RC Mini mount, so you'll only be using this with the RC60 or RC100 series. So, what can you do with it? When used with the RC60 series of lights, you get 5 times the brightness out of this, and 3 times the brightness when combined with the RC100 series. The SP Mini Spotlight is mostly made from aluminum and has a generous silicone coating around the housing, so anyone with fear of third-degree burns can rest easy. Still, do be very cautious after prolonged use. Any spotlight will eventually get hot. However, since SmallRig designed the unit specifically for their smaller lights, they were able to reduce unnecessary bulk and weight, making this the spotlight with the tiniest footprint I've ever seen. 940 grams makes this thing really travel-friendly, especially since it comes with a small storage bag. It is also one of the cheapest spotlights I've ever seen, priced at less than $150 at the time of recording this. No spotlight attachment would be complete without gobo inserts to properly shape the light. 10 gobos are included, and these are pretty standard with a mix of basic shapes and abstract patterns. They are easily used by slotting them into this gobo adapter, which can be adjusted in a 160-degree rotation to fine-tune the angle of the light pattern. The front part of the lens can then be extended or retracted to focus or soften the shape, but the beam angle remains at a fixed 20 degrees. If you don't have the budget for a proper spotlight attachment alongside a fitting lighting fixture, the RF10C flashlight comes surprisingly close in terms of functionality. I mainly use this little guy to spice up product shots like these. But since power output is only 10 watts, I wanted to see if it could still be used to light a scene as a single source light. Totally, if you want to go for a moody look, that is. Operation is simple and intuitive. Just click in the dial and give it a twist to turn on the light. Rotating the dial controls the intensity. Clicking cycles between 4 colors from orange to blue, white, and red. The beam angle can be controlled by extending or retracting the front part of the flashlight, but it can do even more. The actual reason I'm going to be keeping this thing is the set of 20 gobo filters it comes with. Put one into the silicone adapter and slide it onto the front element of the flashlight. Many options right here, from very useful ones like this circle or window shape to rather goofy stuff I'll probably never be using. Anyways, what about power? It sports a built-in battery with 7,500 mAh, which will give you roughly 3 hours of runtime at max brightness. It has a nice aluminum build with 3/4-inch threads at the sides and the back. My only real gripe would be the flimsiness of the gobos, so take good care of them and make sure to properly store everything in the carrying pouch it comes with. If anything, using these lights has done nothing but reinforce the importance of proper lighting equipment. And no, it doesn't always need to be big or overly expensive. Sometimes a little flashlight does the trick. Other times, a specific gadget can completely transform your videos. The most important learning for me is that video lights have changed so much in recent years. We've come to a point where this stuff is actually effortless, intuitive, and easy to do. You can find links to all of the products in the description box below. And while you're down there, consider subscribing. It's free and helps me to continue doing elaborate videos like this one for you.